In today's video, I'd like to talk about how to highlight text in the stock Notes app on iPhone or iPad. Because it is in fact possible, but as we know, Apple very limited, so I'm here to show you all of the options that you have and what are some other things that you can do with it. So you can most definitely mark up or highlight text on a scanned document in the Notes app. That is, that you, for example, scan whatever material you have, and then if you click on the share icon once you're editing it, this pretty much means that it just gives you the option to click on the markup, and there are multiple tools, including the highlighter. So you can zoom in on the image and use the highlighter with a different opacity and different color to highlight text and make sure that the important information is visible or differentiated, of course. But when it comes to the regular text that you type in the notes field, it's kind of a different story. Because if you take a look at it, you can of course write whatever you want, but when it comes to marking it up, and if you click on the highlighter, you can do that, but in a separate field, and you cannot interact with the written text, which really sucks because we wanted to use the highlighter feature to click and select, highlight the text and individual words. Because you can see there is a border between the field where you can use the highlighter and markups and pens, and the field where you can only type text, which really sucks. In fact, this was a question asked on the Apple forum where a user asked the thing, how do I highlight text in Notes using the latest version of iOS on an iPhone 8? Like a generic question, and the answer that was marked as solved was that something along the lines of, that you can't really do that. And the other thing was simply mentioning or linking to a generic page on Apple's website about Notes and all the things that you can do with it, which of course means that you cannot highlight the text. So these are all the options that you have right now. By the way, guys, before we continue, I just want to quickly interrupt to let you know that if you're new on this channel, I would recommend you to subscribe, even though right now my voice is kind of different, but that's a different story. This week we already have 2 videos for Notes, and I always publish 3 or 4 videos per week about these topics that people have. So make sure to subscribe, and let's continue with the video. So the things that you are stuck with are the based included things and features of the Notes app. So pretty much means that if you select the text, you have some things you can click on the bold thing option and give you, you can make the text bold, italic, you can underline it, you can strike through it and stuff. So these are the only ways how you can make the text or make the words different. So if there is anything important, you can just underline it or make it bold, but it's pretty much the only thing that you can do. When it comes to changing the colors or stuff like that, there's not much what you can do with it. You can change the format of the text, of course, you can make it go from title to heading and a subheading and body and stuff, but it's just pretty much it. There aren't any other options. And if I think about it, the only way to add different colors and make things pop up in the Notes app of iPhone is to use emojis, for example. This can be interesting if you use some green or really contrasting red emojis and stuff next to a text. This can also make things be separate and differentiated. And also just the markup tool, but like I said, in the a set area with borders. So in order not to interact with the text, or you can import images to make things a little bit more interesting, but it's pretty much it. You cannot change the color of the text, you cannot make it any more customized than that. The other options that you have is, of course, to download the third-party Notes app. And here's the question, which is a good one. It's really difficult to say in a general way. Everybody needs to find their own way, but the good apps for note-taking are usually paid or limited for free use. Because, you just take a look at something like Evernote. It's really nice that you have the options of synchronizing across all devices and stuff. It's a great app, but you will probably end up paying for it. You can use something like Google Keep, which gives you many options on highlighting and separating into different categories based on colors and tags and stuff, and it's free to use. Like, you have some limit for the notes, which I don't think that you will ever get to, I guess, but it's still a great app that you can use for free, and you probably already have a Google account, so. And also just browse through the App Store, just search for nodes, and whatever pops up and you like, that you can just take a look at it. I mean, it's just up to you. I cannot really tell what's good or not. It just really comes down to what you prefer, and it's just all about your preference, I guess. But if you'd like to mark up or highlight the text, like type stuff, that you can use the feature on a website in Safari. It just works a lot better than in the notes. So let me just quickly show it to you. So you go to whatever website you want, and you click on the share icon, and it just gives you the option to mark up. So what you can do is to click on the highlighter, set the opacity and stuff, and just highlight whatever you want. You can use two fingers to swipe up and down, and the only thing is that you're working on a PDF file. So that means that once you're done, the only thing that you can do with it is to export it as a PDF, which I don't say is a bad thing, but I mean, it's not notes where you can edit it every time you want. I mean, we would like to have these capabilities in notes. But you can, for example, also just take a screenshot of it and have it stored in the notes if you really wanted to. I mean, there are some ways how you can use it in a really productive way, I guess, but it's sad that it's so limited by Apple. Like, of course, you can add shapes, signatures, squares, and stuff. I mean, everything's nice, but only on a Safari and not in Notes. So this kind of stuff can only be used as a separate entity in the notes and not on the text itself. So yeah, that's the whole problem we're talking about and dealing with. Anyways, that would be pretty much it. I really do hope that you enjoyed this video and found something valuable in it. If there is any thought that you would like to share, then the comment section is the place to do so. You can, of course, leave a thumbs up. That would really help the video grow and make it show up to more people. It does help the channel, so if you want to, just do that. And yeah, thanks a lot for watching. See you guys later.